Hey, welcome to the January market update here with Eric Hatch with Century 21. I'm excited to share some new statistics that have been flowing in through November, December of the end of the year. So happy New Year, everyone, and just wanted to dive right in. So please, if you want to scan or this down below, connect with me, subscribe to any of my channels, feel free to do so. There's my cell number and stuff as well to chat with me, anything about real estate in different markets. So let's get right into it because I think you're going to really like what we have to say today. But most agents know what's happening. Good agents understand what's happening, and great agents can explain what's happening. And so I can really feel, I've been doing this will be my 30th year. So I can really feel kind of what's starting to kind of brew a little bit and kind of what the excitement and kind of things are happening in the real estate market. It's been a real successful year for me in 2023, and I expect it to be the same for 2024. So I've been listening to a lot of webinars and a lot of people and gathering this information from different people that are way smarter than me in regards to the economics and things of what's happening and looking at all these graphs and everything that's taking place. But they really feel that this year could be the year of fives. Now, there's a lot of different variables and things that could happen in regards to world events and things of that nature. But this is what we're kind of feeling, and this is what they're kind of leaning towards as well, that there'll be five will be where the handle number 5 on the mortgage rates, maybe by around May, that we might have somewhere in the 5 interest rate. Could be a 5.9, could be somewhere with a 5 in front of it. 5.5 million total home sales, because right now we were about in 2023, numbers aren't quite in yet, but around the 4 million homes, which is below average. So we're thinking getting back into an average more of the fives, and also 5% will be approximate home appreciation on the rate of what might be transpiring with our homes. Now, again, every market's a little bit different. So there are still some markets that are kind of struggling a little bit, but let's go ahead and talk about the first thing about mortgage rates. As you can see in the last several weeks, which has been a wonderful sight, and I can really feel that the pickup of buyers has started. It started in December, and it's gotten, there's people who called me on January 2nd saying it's time to buy, let's go. I've been extremely busy showing existing buyers I had last year and brand new ones who are saying 2024 is the year of purchasing a home. So that's where we're at somewhere when this was taken around the third week in December, we're about the 661. Even some FHA loans right now are even in the fives as well. It also appears that the mortgage rates are now falling again. They will almost certainly not fall to a pandemic lows, although we may soon see rates under 6%, which would be lower by a Great Recession Standards, which is a senior economist, Center of Economic Research, Dean. We also have another one that's another chief economist says that a marked turn can be expected as mortgage rates have plunged in recent weeks. These are all great news for the real estate market. So we're excited to see those mortgage rates continue into that trend downward to be able to drive more buyers back to the market. So 5.5 million total home sales. So let's take a look at this that I think was real intriguing to me. That you got 78% of the mortgages that are in the United States that you can see 36% are around 3, and you have 22% of the lucky ones that are under 3% interest rate. This number a few months ago used to be like probably 2%. But now watch what's happening is that the people that are either forced to move by a divorce, a death, a job transfer, wherever it might be, growing family, you're noticing that what's happening there is that this number is starting to grow, that poor people are getting out of their really sweet prime rates into a little bit larger. So you got people at the 5. So this group right here of everybody that's been over 5% is growing. And so when this kind of plateaus a little bit where there's more change in people's life, then you're going to start seeing that this will get back to kind of a more norm. But people who have a 6% or higher is over 10% in the United States at the moment. So there's good opportunity to possibly refinance in the future as well. So this is some intriguing statistics when you look at this, that everybody who basically has a 3% or under 3 is just, you know what, I'm not selling. Unless there's some major life-changing event, they're not selling. You've got probably not selling around here, must think before they're selling, and probably yes and yes. As this pie starts to grow, we'll start seeing more inventory hit the market where people will then want to be moving more than maybe they were in the last year and a half, which will then open up the floodgates for more buyers and more sellers all the way around. Homeowners who are selling aren't influenced by rates. Now, I want to share this right here that this is one of a large MLS in the United States, which this is their survey that we're able to find. That I love this, that homeowners who are selling aren't influenced by the rates, with 90.5% of the successful November sellers stating that they were going to sell regardless of what the rates were. So you're starting to see those people doing life-changing events. It doesn't really matter where they would need to be or percentage wise they were just doing it. The same MLS survey says roughly half, 50% of November buyers were going to buy regardless of the interest rates, and another quarter purchased with cash. Cash will always be the king, and even as rates ease next year. And no matter the direction or rates, household buying out of necessity will continue to find its way to purchase. So you're going to start seeing that. And this was on there that if they were going to be the top 3 reasons for given to pausing their purchase. Now this, I would say percentage wise, is probably good for our local MLS as well. When I start talking to buyers around out that direction, is most of them paused. 72% of them paused on the new buyers because, you know what, interest rates were just too high at 8% interest rate with where the prices were. I've seen some amazing purchases. I've seen some amazing prices, and we'll start seeing that I will be publishing what I would feel is one of the best buys that are out there, both on investment property and also a single family resident, that you'll start seeing some emails and things that I will be promoting, not just my listings, but just top deals that I feel that would be amazing for someone to pick up. So it would be inventory. So I did have some people to say, you know what, let's wait a little bit longer until the spring. Maybe some more inventory will be up. I was just out touring homes just recently, or just this morning, with somebody in regards to that as well, thinking, where is the inventory? Well, the slides I showed previously will start kind of come into play when more sellers have life-changing changing experiences that they'll need to sell. Affordability of homes, obviously some people are going, you know what, prices are a little bit too high. But then you're going to start seeing some changes on this. On that. So home prices, where are we at with home prices? This is what people thought in the percentage of appreciation for 2024. As you can see that average, you got Realtor.com feels like we're going to have a negative year. Zillow thinks a little bit negative, but some people like Goldman Sachs and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac think 2.7, 2.8, 4.1 in that range, which gives us about a 1.5% average, which I believe our market will be a little bit higher than that. So you look at where the appreciation of properties would be. So let's take a look at this in the next few years, what this might be. So let's say maybe we're at 1.5 to 5%, but some other people think we're going to be closer to 5 and 6% appreciation, because what will end up happening is when those interest rates, and by May, if there literally is going to be some price drops in that interest rate, then what's going to happen is that it will open some floodgates to some more buyers who will be interested, and then the sellers will go, okay, now that the buyers are back, maybe it's time for me to sell as well. But let's just look at this on a historic number here, where you that I think 2.5, 2.7, 3.6, and 4. And this, I'm going to show you a graph in just a moment of where kind of the norm averages over the last 50, 60 years, that this will be some nice appreciation. So then sometimes buyers ask me and say, well, Eric, is it a good time to buy? I personally feel any time is a good time to buy. If you have a good job, good paying job, and you plan on being here for the long haul, and you look in this good 6 years, 5 years of time period, look what this does on about a $400,000 home for you as a homeowner, that if you purchased in 2024, and based on those numbers or where these economists think that we're going to go, that would be at 2029, $472,000 appreciation. I had somebody, a young family, that purchased a home around this price point about maybe 5 years ago, and we're closing on Tuesday, and they're walking away with $100,000 of appreciation on that. So you got to look at the longevity of this. Don't just look at the interest rate and think, oh, interest rates are too high for me. Because what will happen is that when you get yourself in, and you'll be able to build wealth for you and your future and your family. So I love that graphic right there, just as to show the buyers on that, of what that might be. So last, 5% will be approximate home price appreciation rate. You can see Chase Schiller, FHFA, think that this is going to be kind of where we're going to see on seasonality. It's also taken place as well, so you get a little bit more appreciation kind of floating through there as well. Freddie Mac prices month over month from 2023, so you can see what happened here, that they kind of were flat, then jumped up, and then went back down. Now again, not all general areas like Boise and different places that had such a huge appreciation may not see this or may not felt that. They might still be in a little bit of a break even or even a negative. Home prices gains in the CoreLogic and S&P Case-Shiller index have increased by about 7% since the beginning of the year and are 1% higher than at the peak of 2022, recovering all losses recorded in the second half of 2022. So you kind of look at this graph right here, the average appreciation all the way back from 1980s, as you can see, is right there is your average 4.92. You can see where we kind of went way down here and we had this huge spike, but they're expecting us to be right here north of the average for the next 4 to 5 years. So guys, I hope that actually helped, because I love seeing that graph too of where these people think that we're going to be going. With mortgage rates dropping, demand for homes in early 2024 is likely to be strong and will again put pressure on prices similar to the trends observed in the early 2023. Most markets will continue to reach new home price highs over the course of 2024 by Selim Hep of our chief economist from CoreLogic. So guys, I hope that understands kind of those groups of fives that we're looking for this year in 2024. It's a great time to buy. It's a great time to sell. Feel free to reach out, talk to me, because we can develop that plan. If we all sit down and feel like maybe the plan's not quite right, we want to postpone it for maybe another year or less, then feel free. I'd be happy to chat with you and discuss that. But there's a lot of fantastic deals out there on buyers and in the sellers. There's a lot of buyers out there just waiting for your inventory. So thank you guys for listening today, and feel free to reach out, subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Take care.